It's Horror Movie Monday, you already know. Chills in the air, and the tension's low. OGP steps up, setting the tone. Always in charge, yeah, sitting on the throne. Sean Ward steps in with a confident stare. Nipples getting hard from the icy glare. Bowser's in the back, creeping through the dark. Lurking in the silence like a phantom arc. It's Horror Movie Monday, lights down low. Screens on the screen, let the madness flow. We laugh, we jump, we scream, we play. Every week it's thrilling in a twisted way.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Fuck you!
Yeah.
I like that. I like that intro there. Hey, everybody! Hi.
Nice. Well,
Happy HMM today.
There you go. Yes. Hashtag HMM. Yes. So we tweaked the opening there a little bit. The new song, courtesy of Balzer. Balzer got in on the action. The lurker, Balzer, got in on the action with the AI music. And I love what he did with.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Wow.
Bring it up again and we'll vote on it.
Pardonnez-moi. Oh, parlez-vous français?
Comment está, Casa de Pepe? Muy bien.
Okay. I don't have anything else for that, so sorry. we were on a little roll there, but then wham, hit a hard wall. It is Horror Movie Monday, and it is a pleasure to be back with you all. And John, it's a pleasure to be back with you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to be back with you, and pleasure to be back with everybody in the comments section there. Thank you for being here.
Yes. We will say hello to everybody in just a moment, but we've got some big news to talk about this week that we cannot ignore. A movie we've been waiting 28 years for. Just kidding, not quite 28 years, although it seemed like 28 years. 28 years later comes out this week, and I am super de-duper excited for this. John, how are you? What's your level of excitement for 28 years later?
Oh, I'm very excited because it's the original guys. So I am curious of why they skipped months, as I'm sure Denny Boy has been asked that a million times. But
yeah,
but that's okay. That's all right. Maybe they could do a spinoff.
Yeah.
No, they're doing a sequel to this.
It's a trilogy.
It's a trilogy. Yeah, they're going to do 3, but maybe they could do a spinoff and it would just be 28 months later, and we'll see what happens then.
Yeah, that is interesting why they skipped 28 months, but 28 weeks. So you figure 28 weeks later, we're into that's 6 months down the road, essentially, right? After it popped off. From 6 months to 28 months, you're talking 2.5 years. A lot could have changed during that time, but at the same time, I feel like the world would still be, for the most part, in a very big state of chaos. Whereas maybe 28 years later, we've started to figure things out and try to move on. But what I see in the trailer shows otherwise, because it looks like they're still running for their lives 28 years later. So,
yeah, I don't know if these zombies decay. That was the whole thing in the George Romero trilogy, because I don't count the other two. Is that after time the zombies do decay? So
yeah, and that is a good point. I like there's different movies, different rules for zombies. I like decaying zombies. I like brain dead zombies that just want to eat brains or blood, or consume other humans, and then that turns you into a zombie. But we have other rules in different places. Like I think with The Walking Dead, if you just died, you became a zombie.
Yeah, it was in the air. We learned that in the first season that it didn't matter. You just, when you died, you became a zombie.
So that would take a really long time. If that's what 28 years is going with, that would take a real long time. 28 years. If it was an event and that passed, and anybody born after that would not die and turn into a zombie, then you would have a new breed of humans coming, but who knows what their rules are. Maybe we'll find out a little bit more about them as we get to see 28 years later. But I am very excited to make my glorious and triumphant return to the theater. And I noticed last week you had mentioned that the volume seemed a little bit low. I'm moving the microphone a little bit closer to me because rewatching the video last week, I did notice my volume was a little bit lower. So let me make sure my levels are good over here. Yeah, my levels are up. So I'm just moving the microphone a little bit closer to me because you were a little higher than me. So we'll try to improve that.
And I'm always a little higher than you. You know what I mean?
Oh, you damn druggie, you drug addict. But so anyways, before we move on, I figured we don't need to dive too far into these things, but I thought we could take a look at what we have in the way of the 28 years, weeks, days later franchise. So this is what I have for the 28 days later movie. I've got the Blu-ray here. It's just a Blu-ray inside with like an ad for like The Simpsons and Independence Day. So no slips or nothing else super fancy with that. What do you have in the way of 28 days later, John?
I bought them as they came out. Okay. So I have the DVD, but it's this. It's got one of those shiny covers.
Oh, that's pretty. I like that.
It's got the slip, on the back. And then it's got the
very nice.
What does mine have inside? Looks like it.
Oh yeah.
And then
probably
the chapters on the other side. Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
But it's so cool. It's the poster. It tells you day 1 exposure, day 3 infection, day 8 epidemic, day 15 evacuation, day 20 devastation. 28 days later. So it gives you the whole rundown.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. That is a nice item right there. And again, that movie came out when, I think maybe Blu-rays were already a thing, but it was still pretty much DVD world. It wasn't a 4K world yet.
Right.
So there's no shame in that. And look at
2005.
My 28 weeks later is look at this. Oh, it's going to be hard to see with the glare, but maybe I could take it out of this. So I just have a DVD for 28 weeks later, and the artwork I've got it came with this like on the outside or whatever, but I had to put it inside. So I've got that 28 weeks later there, which is it's gorgeous artwork. I love the artwork but then it came with this. So it like changes as you move it. So I dig that. I like that. So it's got this little thing with it. So I guess I could put that inside. No, it won't fit. So I like it. I like just have it there in the front. So what do you have for
same thing?
Oh, nice.
Except I never took mine off. I just keep it on the front, and it's got got her right underneath there. So
yeah, good call.
And
do you have anything? You got the insert. I don't have the insert.
Jeremy Renner right there.
Damn you, Zia Records, for not giving me an insert.
Yeah, because I bought this, when it came out. This is the original purchase. Nice. So then this is 2 years later, so 2007 for this one.
Very nice.
It's not directed by Danny Boyle. It actually has a different director on it, but still produced by Danny Boyle and Alex Garland.
It had a different feel to it. It had a little bit of a different feel to it. So let's run through quickly some of the other news, and then we'll say hello to everybody in the chat here. Megan 2, we're just a couple weeks away now. So we've got 28 years later. Megan 2, we've got some good movies coming up this summer. It's summertime. I think we've already talked about that. We're both pretty excited about that. John more than I do believe. And then Mike Flanagan announced the start of filming. I thought they were already in production, but the start of filming on the Carrie TV series. I didn't know if it was a movie or what, but apparently it's a TV series, and supposedly, you know, they always say this shit, it's drastically reimagined. So, you know, we'll watch it. It's Mike Flanagan. We'll watch it. But how do you feel about that?
Well, who's does it say who it's with? Is it like Netflix or Hulu, or does it say anything like that?
I think I'm going to disappoint the living shit out of you when I say that I believe it's Apple.
Oh, okay.
Apple.
Well, you know, there's always ways around these things. So, but Mike Flanagan is the savior of everything, and with you know, his TV shows for Netflix, which were pretty awesome. And I look forward to anything that Mike Flanagan does. He is very good.
Yes. Yes. So it is Apple. No, I take that back. It's not that woke company or the Netflix woke company. It's actually Amazon Prime woke.
No.
It's Prime.
That worries me, because Netflix can go both ways, but Amazon is so, I mean, they're gonna woke James Bond. They already woke, you know, Lord of the Rings. They were gonna woke was it Tomb Raider? I mean, it's no, that does not make me happy.
Well, hopefully they leave Mike Flanagan alone. So Stephen King's classic horror novel Carrie is headed back to the screen with a brand new series adaptation from Mike Flanagan and Prime Video, and filming has kicked off this week. Flanagan announced the start of the production in an Instagram post seen today. Summer Howell stars as Carrie White. No fucking idea who Summer
What's
Howell
her name
is. Summer Howell.
I'm going to look her up.
Like Thurston Howell the Third. And the show's cast also includes, wow, this is going to be interesting. The cast also includes Samantha Sloyan, Sienna Adong, Allison Thornton, Thalia Dudek, Josie Toda. You notice that the first top 6 billed people are females. But then we've got Arthur Conti, Joel Outlet, Matthew Lillard, who is apparently in fucking everything now. Heather Graham, that's interesting. And Kate Siegel,
that's his wife.
Okay.
That's Mike Flanagan's wife. Oh no. No.
Who's she? Spill the beans, John. Spill them.
Summer Howell does not work. No, they're never going to do the novel. Never. No, she's too good looking. Carrie is
supposed to be like the kind of the girl next door, the homebody kind of girl.
No, in the book, she's fat. She's gross. She has oily skin, oily hair. She has pimples. She's a combination of 2 girls that Stephen King went to school with. So far, the closest thing would be Sissy Spacek.
Well, that's what I was referring to. She has a kind of and I mean, Sissy Spacek was a beautiful woman, but you know, I mean, she's older now, so she
became beautiful. I think that as she got older, she got better looking. When she was younger, she was very 70s, kind of lengthy and like not very.
But the makeup and stuff that they did with her, it was very plain. They didn't, go heavy with the makeup to make her really like look like a the teen heartthrob kind of thing. But this
doesn't work.
It's gonna be interesting to see. Well, here's another one. Get your googly fingers ready, John. Crystal Lake has added 3 new series regulars. Cameron Scoggins, who was in Nashville, Devin Kessler, who was in The Godfather of Harlem, and newbie Gwendolyn Sundstrom, who's like, it doesn't have a major role before, but they all join Linda Cardellini, who plays Mrs. Voorhees in the upcoming Camp Crystal Lake. I have no fucking idea who any of those people are.
Oh, you don't know Linda Cardellini? You would know her.
We talked about her before, and I just forgot. But the other new ones, Cameron Scoggins, Linda Cardellini. I'm gonna look up.
Yeah,
Crystal
Linda
Lake.
Cardellini is she's Velma in Scooby Doo and Scooby Doo 2.
Okay.
She was in Freaks and Geeks. She is the original Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That's she. She is the person that they based the movie off of.
Linda Cardellini. We like her. We do like her. Just seen her picture. Remember her? Yes. I'm trying to remember what she's very familiar, but I'm like, I have not seen Hawkeye. I know it's not Curse of La Llorona, which, but that's probably where I remember her from.
Yeah, she's the mom in both of those, Hawkeye and Curse. She got a little blacklisted with the Judd Apatow camp because of Jason Segel. So she got a little blacklisted with that. Because she dumped him. That's why Forgetting Sarah Marshall is pretty much the story.
I can't believe she's been acting since the 90s, which is amazing to me. She doesn't look that old, but she was in Strangeland. Wow.
Oh.
Wow. How old is she? She does not appear. 1975. And I guess, so 75. Wow. So she's 50. Born June 25th. Well, she will be 50 in 9 days. So she's enjoying the sunset of her 40s over the next 9 days. But maybe this is just a younger picture. She does not look nearly 50 on IMDb. And as we sit here and talk about her and don't show everybody, I feel like my apologies, but there she is. Linda Cardellini. That's who we're talking about right there. So you probably recognize her. So, anyways, the good news is with that, Crystal Lake is it's moving along. It's moving. We're getting things done. And there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So now there's a couple physical media noteworthy items this week. If you are a fan of the Jaws movie, not the whole franchise, but Jaws gets a 4K and a 4K Steelbook. So if you need Jaws on 4K or Steelbook, that's coming out this week. And then also, if you're a fan of Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, both of those trilogies are getting 4K trilogy releases. If anybody needs those in 4K. Now, what I really care about, because I'm good with the Jaws. I said the Jaws. I'm good with the Jaws. I'm good. That's okay, because last week you said killed to death.
The person was killed to death.
They were killed to death, yes. But next week, the Monkey and Novocaine come out on physical media next week. So
I still need to see Novocaine.
Golf clap. Oh, and next week also Dark City is getting the 4K release. So lots of fun stuff coming up in the way of physical media. But that's the exciting part of this is, I mean, there's some news. That's some pretty significant stuff, but that's really the gist of the news this week. So we got plenty of time because John and I are going to dive in. We've got some pickups. And of course, as advertised, we're going to talk about a couple 80s horror movies, Student Bodies, and Return to Horror High. We both watch these. We are going to talk about them here with you all in just a moment. John, any other newsworthy stuff that you want to mention before we start saying hello to everybody?
Well, let's talk about what's going on overseas. I mean, come on. No, I got nothing.
No, man, I am telling you, it's so I always have to tell myself this is a horror movie show. We're not here to definitely not talk politics. We're definitely not here to talk religion. And we're not a news outlet. So, as far as talking about the things that are going on overseas and stuff, we really need to rein ourselves in with that. But I'll tell you, on a personal level, it hits me hard because my daughter's ship has been I can't remember how they said it, but where they were going, They said, stop and hurry up and get your asses over to the Middle East because shit's popping off. So the Nimitz aircraft carrier and my daughter's ship is in that group that are on the way to the Middle East, and it's getting ugly over there. So I hope that Iran is ready to come to the table and talk, and let's just get that country back to its people. Let's get it back to the people of Iran pre-79. I have a friend, Shervin, who I've known for a long, long time, who is his parents are from Iran. There's a lot to it, but they refer to themselves as Persians, and he's always been about the pre-79 Persian when the Ayatollah took over. So let's get that country back to the people the way they want it to be.
Well, and I'll just say one last thing on it, which is Iran, so far away. I walk along the avenue.
Fuck you.
I never thought I'd meet a girl like you. Meet a girl like you.
You're cheating now because you're reading those lyrics.
Yes,
I see you. Oh man, I do love some Flock of Seagulls. That is Flock of Seagulls, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes,
We love Flock of Seagulls.
Yes.
A very great 80s band right there. Maybe a one-hit wonder band, but they were we love
their greatest hits is awesome.
Okay, so they're not a one-hit wonder. I just couldn't remember any other songs offhand. So let's say hello to everybody in the chat. We got some early comers. Deadpool Fanatic dropped in early today. Yes, and everybody, if you would, please hit that thumbs up button for us. Whether you're watching on John's channel or my channel, please hit the thumbs up. We would really, really, really appreciate it. Kill a Care Bear knows what time it is. We did not start with
It's vamp time.
So indeed, it is vamp time. Kill a Care Bear, how you doing tonight? And oh, that dropped me all the way down there. Gail, the legend Gail. Hello, legends. Happy Horror Monday. How you doing, Gail? Hopefully, and I should say this to everybody. Hopefully, everybody had a wonderful Father's Day out there. And my wife barbecued, and she barbecued burgers, which are good enough for me. I am not like, oh, I need this or I need that or whatever. I love the flavor of a barbecued burger when you get that, that barbecue taste on there instead of just like a McDonald's.
A ton of mustard. Oh man, that tastes good just with a whole bunch of mustard. Put a pineapple right there, kind of, cook up that pineapple. Oh my God. So good.
I just muted John. You are but pineapple, I could take a pineapple on a burger if you're going teriyaki and pineapple, but pineapple and mustard, pineapple, you can't. But the Don Ho burger, years ago, I had the first time and only time I went to the Jackie Chan restaurant, which I don't believe exists anymore in Honolulu. The Jackie Chan restaurant, I had I believe they called it the Don Ho burger. And it was phenomenal with pineapple teriyaki glaze on it, and so good. Anyways,
I used to have that at Islands, the restaurant Islands.
Oh yeah,
they had like a Hawaiian burger. It was very good with teriyaki.
Yeah, that is like you comparing Islands to Jackie Chan's restaurant in Honolulu is like comparing oh, look, I blocked it out of my brain. The Italian restaurant, the
Olive Garden?
It's like comparing Olive Garden to eating Riverside in Venice or something. like sitting there or beneath the buildings, looking at the gondolas going by. But no, that is okay. I've had my Olive Garden, I'm fine. I don't need to go to Italy.
Hey, I'm Italian. That is pure Italian food.
Bippity boppity boopity. Okay, so before we get too distracted with food and make us all hungry, Blackbeard, what's up? How you doing?
Hey.
Jonathan, how you doing? Michael McNally, hope to find you doing well. I am doing well. John,
thank you.
Are you doing well?
I'm doing well now. I've been looking forward to this all day.
Very well. Fluffy is ready to start the ruckus. Let's start the ruckus. That's something I need to get on here, is starting the ruckus.
It's vamp time.
But it is indeed Vamp Time, Fluffy. You are correct about that, sir. Fluffy found double feature 2080s 28 weeks later on Blu-ray, seal for $10. Very nice.
Oh my God.
Pardon me. That was terrible.
Yes. I can smell it.
Oh, sorry about that. Masashi, what is going on, everyone? Happy Horror Movie Monday. What's going on for
happy
you?
Horror Monday to you too.
Look at this. John Ward is in the chat. John, how you doing? Good to see you.
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Thanks for dropping by and hanging out with me and John. Let's see here. Antonis is in the house. What's up, Antonis?
Hey, what's up?
Jonathan, any thoughts on Blood Diner? That sounds so familiar, but I'm drawing a blank. John, are you familiar with Blood Diner?
Yes, it's a H.G. Lewis type of. It's not really a spoof, but it kind of follows his films. It's okay. It's all right. It's from
87.
Jackie Wong, who directed
that?
Well?
Jackie Kong.
Jackie Kong. Yes, and she also did a film called The Being, which I enjoyed, which has some legends like Martin Landau in it and Jack Palance, and Blood Diner's fun. I think they did a one of those Blu-ray releases, like what's part of the collection of films like Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Candyman 3, and I think it might be part of that. But it's an okay film. It's fun.
Nice. I will add it to my watch list. I do not own it. I don't own it. I'm going to add it to the list.
There we go.
My watch
cam
list,
and everything.
I know. Sorry about that. The drawer closed. My watch list is insane. My purchase list, which I like to, sometimes I just want to watch before I purchase, but I've started going down the list and crossing them off, and I'm going to get through some of these that everybody keeps recommending to watch. So thank you for bringing that up, Jonathan. Greg, what's going on?
Hey.
How you doing? Is Fluffy saying 4 out of 5, 4 stars?
I think that was your burp.
Well, that was 7:03. That was 25 minutes ago. It might have been different. How's the G fam? It is. It's a party. It is. We partying and looking forward. It's 28 years later. Can't wait for 28 years later. Love Danny Boyle movies. Agree.
We need to collect this stuff.
Are we planning to see Megan 2.0? I will. John, will you see it at home or in a theater?
In the theater. I will be seeing it in the theater. I support James Wong, so I will go see it in the theater.
Very nice. Wicked Network. What up, Wicked Network? How you doing? And let's see here. And Return of the Living Dead returns around Christmas. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff coming up later this year. It's gonna be
we'll see
fun.
About that one though.
Well. What are your thoughts on Christine? You know what? John Carpenter's Christine?
There is a remake, I think.
I like the original. I think there is a remake, right? But I like the original.
Okay. A remake of Stephen King's Christine is in the works with Brian Fuller to write and direct the film project. This project is a collaboration between Blumhouse Productions and Sony Pictures.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we need a new Christine. I mean, I like an old car. What are we going to do? We're going to go, because I mean, if you think about it, Christine coming out in the 80s, and we got a car that was from the 50s. So it was a 30-year-old car. So what are we going to have now? Like a 1997 Honda Civic? You know, like give me a classic car like Christine. So hopefully they do something like that. And, you know, most people won't even know what the original Christine car looks like, or what they'll be like, what is that? These kids nowadays. Man, listen to me. I sound like a fucking old fogey right there. These kids nowadays. Well, so is your mom.
My mom. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Preminator, what's up?
So he's done that. Brian Fuller guy is mostly a TV guy. He did work on Hannibal. If that helps you.
Oh, no. Yes. I've heard that. I was going to say it rings a bell. I've heard he's been in several of the audio commentaries, because I am that much of a fucking Hannibal franchise nerd that I've been watching the TV shows and then going back and watching the audio commentaries on sometimes a very shitty show that is nowhere near canon. Ugh. Gail, we like shiny covers. Yes, we do. We love shiny covers. Fluffy has lenticular cover of 28 weeks later. Oh, he sold it. Well, suck it, Fluff. I can't wait to see 28 years later. Yes, neither can we. Preminator also can't wait. Wicked Network says, yes, Brian Wilson and Harris Yulin. Who's Harris Yulin? Forgive me. But Brian Wilson, founder of the Beach Boys, passed away. And was he might have been the last one. Most of the Beach Boys had already passed away. Harris
Yulin. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's Harris Yulin? Actor?
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. You would know. Yeah, Ghostbusters 2, The Hurricane, Training Day, Frasier, Current Present Danger. I mean, he's been in a ton of stuff. Scarface.
That's right. I do remember hearing about that now. I remember seeing his picture, not necessarily his name. He's always like a supporting actor. I don't think he ever got that role where he was, like the leading actor in a major production. But he was in La Femme Nikita. That was a fun show. I like that show. Just one, it looked like one episode. But yeah, all kinds of stuff, man, going all the way back to 1970, making his acting debut, 1937 to 2025. So that's, man, you figure that's minus like 88 years old or something. So he lived a good long life. But still,
and Brian Wilson, I'm a huge Beach Boys fan, so they're on my thumb drive in my car, so I always have them playing.
Yeah, no, and you know what? And I grew up with my mom being a massive Beach Boys fan, and growing up in San Diego, it was hard not if you couldn't try to avoid the Beach Boys music. 1942 to 2025. So he's 58, 68, 78, 83 years old. So he's still nice, long life, but 83, you'd like to see him live a little bit longer than that. But, that generation, the boomers, they were fed a lot of erroneous information by our government telling them how to eat. And most of them don't live as long as they should because of that. So I'm not saying that, what got him, but 83 for a boomer is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't die earlier, to be honest. So, but the Beach Boys did a great cover of the Mamas and the Papas California Dreaming. I actually like it better than the Mamas and the Papas.
Yeah. Oh, that's tough call. I wish we could play music and stuff sometimes, so that we could like debate these things. But man, yeah. Can't deny, man, the Beach Boys, man. Anybody who's at least, I feel so damn old now because I used to say everybody had heard of them, but at least if you're at least 30 years old, you've heard the Beach Boys. Excuse me. House of G-Fam, I always like 28 weeks later. The flashes of sun beaming into the cracks in the house, so blinding. Yeah, Mike Flanagan is at the top of his game right now. He seems unstoppable. He puts his wife and Matthew Lillard in most of his projects. Yeah, Mike Flanagan is great. We enjoy him very much. Somebody did ask, I saw somewhere, we got to talk about which one we liked better. So let's get to that. Fluffy Gamer says, they're all going to laugh at you. John Ward would probably not get that reference. Do you get that reference, John?
Yes, it's Carrie.
Oh, okay. Well,
so you didn't get the reference.
I didn't get the reference. my they're all gonna laugh at you is Adam Sandler.
Oh no, that's Carrie. That's Carrie's mom when Carrie's gonna go to the prom and she's like, they're all gonna laugh at you. And look at your dirty pillows, So
yeah. Okay. Maybe that's what Adam Sandler was referencing.
Probably.
On his comedy CDs with Toll Booth Willie and all that stuff. Anyways,
you lost me.
Launch Ladyland. I have missed so many live streams due to work. Nice to catch you live. Well, very nice to have you here, NG. Yes. No, I know. And that's, I as time moves on, faces come and faces go. And it is always epic to see, one of the legends that's been around for so long, still being with us or able to drop in. So very, very good to see you, NG. Linda was in Grandma's Boy too. Okay. Grandma's Boy. We like Grandma's Boy. John, response to your comment, he's good. That one is good. Or was that a concern? Yeah, we're good there. We're good. Christine, the original is the best. I think I don't know that I want to see another Christine. And it's been a long time since I've seen it.
It's a great film with a great soundtrack, and the cast is really good in it. But it's another one of those things where it's the book, it's like that much, there's so much more to the book. So if he's, so if somebody is remaking it, then maybe they can get a little closer to the book. But it's still a great movie.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, I've never read the book. I don't know that I ever will read that book, but man, that is a horror classic. Way Up, dude. We love Way Up, dude. Way Up, dude, always coming through with the jokes. But it's been hit or miss for a while now. I think Way Up, dude's been busy also, like NG, maybe not able to join us all the time. But Way Up, dude, always comes through with the hilarious jokes. Sometimes walks that fine line of are we pushing it? Are we going to get in trouble? But let's see here. Way Up, dude says, why did the male chicken wear underwear on its head? Because its pecker was on its face. That's funny. So if you call somebody a peckerhead, are you really just calling them a chicken?
Oh,
yeah. Hey there, peckerhead.
Yeah.
Or pecker face, or dick nose. All right, I'm gonna. Ewan was 87 and died of a heart attack. Wow. I mean, 87, the way I look at it, 87, you are playing with house money. You're doing all right. It's still sad. And like John pointed out, tons of different things that he was in. Masashi says, I know we're all looking forward to Superman. Ooh, they're learning a lot about you, John, especially you, John. They're getting to know you. What I have seen of Superman does not excite me. When I say does not excite me, what is it? The pawns you use do not excite me. I don't remember all the lyrics, but One Night in Bangkok is what I think of when I think of
One night
does not
it
makes a hard man humble, right?
Humble.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something about it does not excite me. But yeah, Superman. Ooh,
I'm not sure. I used to be a James Gunn fan, even when he was in the Troma days, and I don't know now. He has stopped all the Matt Reeves movies, so that is now dead. I guess that's so. It was going to go Batman, Penguin, second Batman, Joker, third Batman, and then I think whatever was up here. And now that's all dead. That's all gone. And I wasn't a massive fan of Zack Snyder's universe, but I really would have loved to see if they continued with his stuff and to do the Flashpoint from the comic book, where Bruce is shot and then his mom becomes the Joker because she takes his blood from his wound and puts it on her mouth, and then the dad becomes Batman. So that would have been very interesting to do, which they should have done in the Flash movie. But
that's interesting. That is very interesting.
So I don't know.
Gale is so old he remembers when the Rockies were just a speed bump.
That is old.
That's pretty old. I mean, that's a few million right there.
Do you remember when the Earth was forming?
Right. I'm watching the show on my projector, 10-foot wide image. Very, very cool. What show, Perminator? What show are you watching?
Our show.
Oh, very nice. I guess that we're 10 feet wide. That's awesome. That is very awesome. I got all excited. I was like, ooh, what show?
Our egos.
10-foot wide screen. Let's see. I can't wait for F4 First Steps. I don't know what that is.
Fantastic Four First Steps.
Oh no. Oh yeah, no man. I'm out. I've tapped
I'm
out
sorry,
on
dude.
that.
Sorry. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I'll see it when it comes on Disney Plus. Just like I watched Snow White the other day.
John's been muted again. He's on timeout. This blasphemy he speaks of. Snow fucking White. He's trying to send me little pictures or videos from the movie. Like I'm gonna click on them. That's like oh my god. So well then, I mean, you might as well. What'd you rate it?
It's a cluster F. It
We
really
don't need
is.
yeah, like I mean,
No,
you say
I'm
what
just
you
saying
wanna say
it's
about it,
like
but
one star, maybe.
okay.
Maybe more towards half than two than 1.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could speak on it as much as you want, but I don't know that too many people are really gonna care. You are a brave man.
If you want to see how a movie should not be made, watch that one. Watch Snow White.
There you go.
It is a great learning experience.
That's funny. That is funny. So before we move too much further on and just get into a strictly comments only show, yesterday was Father's Day, and we'll dive into some pickups now, and I will show you what I got for Father's Day yesterday. I got a very cool gift. My daughter, who's in the Navy, ordered this from Amazon, had it sent to me, and it's this little tray of coasters, to put your beverages on. You set your Diet Coke right on there so it doesn't ruin your counter after you pull your Diet Coke out of your mini fridge that Robert C. bought you. You put it on here. But look at this. Want to play a game? I want to play a game, actually, I should say. But then
Those are
no.
cool.
Look at that. Friends. How many of us have them? No. You hang up first. That's pretty funny. No, you hang up first. Just the tip, I promise.
Oh.
That's funny.
Did your daughter know that they had messages like that on there?
I think they're funny. She likes funny stuff like that. I don't know, but yeah. And here is just a 1-2. Freddy's coming for you. So at least they didn't go with like the you coming like 1-2. And then you will float too. So there it is. Look at that. How cool. Little coaster.
Those are nice,
and
and they're
ceramic.
heavy too.
Yes, they are.
They're just not like some cheap plastic.
Yes,
they're like
very nice.
Yeah,
and they got the this whatever stuff on the bottom to absorb any water that gets under there and not slide around or scratch your countertop. So yes, so very happy with those. She's I love my daughter to death, and those are very cool, very special to me for that. And then also got a little card over here, and my wife, my other daughter, did some other special stuff for me too. So that's very, very cool. That's it. I just want to show that. John, you have pickups this week. I have a couple things in the way of pickups. Do you have a lot of pickups? Can we get through those really like relatively quickly and then talk about the movies, or should we talk about the movies first?
Well, these have been growing. So because we kept putting these off because we were going to Zia. So anytime that I picked up a new movie, I just put it in the stack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want to say 20 plus a figure.
Okay, well, how about this? I have one other pickup. I almost said 1 4-part, but 1 4-part pickup. I'll show this real quick, and then we'll go through yours, and you can show us what you got. And then after that, we will dive in to talking about student bodies and Return to Horror High. That's what we're doing. So being the huge Hannibal fan that I am, I actually got these about 3 weeks ago, but I've been putting them off because we've had so many pickups. I am a huge Hannibal fan, love everything in the Hannibal universe, and I've been watching the show, and it pissed me off when one of the producers said that the show was canon. No. It's as far from canon as you can get. And the proof is in the book. I am typically not one of the book is the movie doesn't match the book, or that's John's. Yes, but it's not typically me. But I love it so much, and sometimes like The Shining, I wanted to read Stephen King, how his vision of The Shining was. So I own like The Shining book, a couple other Stephen King books. I don't have too many like horror movie books, but I did get the quadrilogy here. So Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, and Hannibal Rising. So, that is the order they were written. Hannibal Rising was written last, even though chronologically it would be first, and then Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs. But I'm reading them the way they were written, and so I've started with Red Dragon, and I got those off Amazon. It was like 20-ish, 24, something like that, dollars for all those books right in there.
They look good.
And have
Nice
those
covers.
Yeah, you know what? And they're they're good size, travel size. They're not like really big or anything. Even though I was surprised. What would you guess? I'll give you one guess. How many pages is Red Dragon?
200.
Red Dragon is 421 pages.
I was gonna say 400, but I thought that was too much.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not small and it's not thin. It's thick.
And I've read that, so I should probably know, but it was a long time ago.
But Hannibal's the thickest. Let's see how many Hannibal. It's got to be at least 500. 564 for Hannibal. So, but they're small pages, but it's small text, so it's not like it's a lot of pages because they're small. It's small print. But anyways, love those books. Very happy I got those. A couple comments, and then we'll dive into your pickups there, John. Matt Reeves' Batman movies are still on.
Yes, I saw that comment, and I looked it up, and it does say Matt Reeves is still planning to make the Batman trilogy. So, yes, there is a plan. So this was to Collider.
Okay.
So yeah, so it looks like it went on. I read that James Gunn canceled the entire thing because he wants to make that part of his universe.
Well, I hope, and I mean Robert Pattinson and we've heard that he's back, and we're going to get another Robert Pattinson movie. So I hope that we don't throw that in the trash and move on. I really hope we get that. I mean, we can make 52 different versions of Batman. Just give us at least one more with Robert Pattinson as a Batman before we move on. By the time they get it done, Robert Pattinson's going to be so fucking old anyways that we'll need a new Batman. But anyways, when will Lilo and Stitch come to digital? Antonis, no offense, but I have no fucking idea. You raised a humble soldier. Thank you, NG. Yes, she is a badass. And my son is also in the Navy, and he's at school right now. And awesome news. We're going to get to go visit him this coming weekend. Hopefully my wife told him already. If not, spoiler alert, if he were to be watching right now, because he didn't know yet. But we're going out there to see him. Those coasters are cool. What's up, Liv? How you doing? Thank you. They are pretty cool, aren't they? Very cool gift. Well, thank you, Preminator. I will let her know everybody approves. Those coasters look really high quality, OGP. She said your daughter ordered them from Amazon. Yes. She got them. They came from Amazon to me in an Amazon box. That's how I know they came from Amazon. Yeah. Mario's in the house. What up, Mario? How you doing? Hey. Hanging out with my dad. It's his birthday. Hey, very happy birthday to your dad, Mario. And I hope your dad's doing well. If I remember right, was your dad having some health issues not too long ago? Hopefully your dad is doing good, Mario, and has a wonderful birthday. Yes. They are long books, aren't they? They are. Wait, John? Dang, those are long books.
They are long books, but they go. What? Dang.
I was giving you a Michael Scott opportunity there, John.
That's what she said.
Thank you. But no, you were going to say, but something else?
Oh no, but they go very quickly, and when you read one, then watch the movie. So Red Dragon to me is the most interesting one, especially with the ending. So
yeah, Curtis, I have not read Dr. Sleep. I need to, because supposedly Dr. Sleep matches pretty well with the book. Have you read Dr. Sleep, John?
Yeah, it's King completely removes Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. So it's so when because in The Shining the hotel blows up, so in Dr. Sleep when he goes back it's rubble. And Mike Flanagan, when he made the movie, he combined the book with Kubrick's Shining because that's what everybody loves, and King said that's fine. So
okay, nice. Nick B says, "Are y'all a fan of the grocery store slasher movie Intruder?" Yes, Intruder rules. Love that movie. Yep. Happy birthday to Mario's dad, and he's doing good. Very nice. Look at this. One of the goats, one of the absolute legends, one person. Speaking of books, novels, authors, a good friend, a guy that I love dearly who lives in New York, and I don't get to see nearly enough. And last time I was out there, I failed to be able to cross paths with him. But Cody Clark, man, Cody, I have some of Cody's poetry books, but Brooklyn Zombie, Cody Clark wrote a novel, Brooklyn Zombie, a few years ago. And it's funny, I just saw like a Facebook memory of when I received Brooklyn Zombie. Very cool, great book. And I believe it's still available. Cody's books are still available on Amazon. If anybody's looking for a good book from a great dude, Cody Clark's Brooklyn Zombie, highly recommend it. Plus, Cody's made so many movies, including where'd it go? Where'd it go? It was right here. I am sad. Where'd it go? Ramekin was right here. I don't know where it went, but my copy of Ramekin, one of Cody's movies, was right here, and it's gone now. I don't know where I put it. But anyways, Cody, filmmaker, author, just a great dude in general. But how you doing, Cody? Good to see you. Look at this. All the legends coming through tonight. Jennifer Half. What up, Jennifer? How you doing? Jennifer. Oh man, this is awesome. Is the baseball boys kill in the Dr. Sleep book? I don't know what. Oh, the baseball boys, the kill, the baseball, the kid playing baseball kill. Yeah. John, would you remember the book that well enough to know? He is looking it up. George Clooney in Return to Horror High. Yes, he is. Brian Sanchez is back. What up, Brian Sanchez? How you doing? Hell yeah, Intruder is great. I like the bandsaw kill, cutting that face horizontally. Oh, the bandsaw kill. Yes. No, I was reading. I like that band, but I like the bandsaw. Yes. Intruder's so good. It's fitting that Ramekin DVD would mysteriously disappear like the Ramekin would. I know. Well, and because my RAs, my movies are in alphabetical order, and RA is right here. And like it should be right there, but it's not. And I thought I had just because I just was putting movies in order. And no. You know what I did, Cody? I forgot. I have stacks of books over here, of movies that are either autographed or are from people I know. So like Monster Man, that's from Master Chaos. Haunting of the Whaley House from Master Chaos. Ralphie May, this was Fluffy's. He gave it to me, signed by Ralphie May. Mark of the Astro Zombie, signed by Brink Stevens. Death Toilet, signed by the Death Toilet guys and the Toilet. Exorcist, a Master Chaos movie, and Ramekin. My bad. I put it in the stack of like badass movies that either I know the filmmakers or or they're signed or whatever. So and I have like a whole bunch more like that, but I moved it over to that stack where it properly should be. So Ramekin, there it is. Definitely recommend everybody checks out Cody. And we all love supporting indie filmmakers, and Cody has been like killing it, cranking out movie after movie after movie. So there it is. I feel better now. I forgot that I did that. John, you did you find what you were looking for?
No, I don't remember. I'm remembering the film. It's saying here that Stephen King wanted the scene cut from the movie.
Masashi says yes, the baseball kid kill is in the book.
Yeah, also known as Baseball Boy number 19. Yeah, that's yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm mostly remembering the film, so I don't. Yeah.
When that's a tough thing, especially when you've seen a film and you've read a book. Sometimes it's hard to differentiate the two. So, Nick B. Ralphie May was hilarious. I agree. Was hysterical, absolutely hysterical. I was going to say that the movie pulled a Chris Angel. Oh yeah, no, the Ramekin movie, it did. Poof, it just poofed. So there we go. We're caught up, John. Let's see those pickups, sir. We're dying over here. I'm so damn jealous. John just keeps going to Zia Records without me, and I'm getting butthurt.
I try not to, but then it just kind of happens.
Yeah. Well, you live so close. I don't blame you. I really don't. I'm jealous, but I don't blame you.
But I did not buy any candy though. So I did not buy the Charleston Chew.
Well, okay.
Because I figured that's a you thing. That's an us thing.
It is. Yeah, it's a sacred sharing of the Charleston Chew moment. Yes,
that's right. So these I got for different reasons. So Cowboys and Aliens. I got Jon Favreau, and it bombed in the box office. Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford. Nobody wanted to see it. It's based on a graphic novel, so I picked it up for my comic book movies.
Okay,
so
never heard of it.
It was so
actually, yeah, I've heard of it, but I have not seen it. I should say.
Yeah, the comic book, it's very different from the comic book. Like
it's got Harrison Ford though, so you can't go wrong.
Yeah. And then I owned a kind of like a shitty version of this on DVD, so I bought it on Blu-ray. I own this for one reason, Tom Cruise, and that's Tropic Thunder.
Oh, okay. That there's been a lot of talk about that lately, where comedy in general is kind of coming out of the cautious stage of not upsetting the blue hair people. So they're being a lot more funny now, and there's rumor that maybe that is it going to happen like a sequel? So I don't know.
I don't know. Ben Stiller is pretty woke, so I don't know.
Yeah. I know. It's funny how that got made, and he's the way he is.
Yeah. So I hope that they don't. I mean, the best thing in this is Tom Cruise, and Robert Downey Jr. is funny, Yeah. But this is the director's cut, so I figured I should get it on Blu-ray. That's
a movie I've never seen, and maybe someday I need to, but I just haven't gotten around to it. It's comedies, and comedies usually they get pushed off. It takes me forever to get to comedies, and that movie's what, 20 years old or something, so
it's pretty old. Yeah,
so yeah, it should be coming up. I should be getting to it in the next like decade or so. Liv says Charleston Chews. Yes, Liv. And the hierarchy of Charleston Chews is you have to go with strawberry, then chocolate, then vanilla. So that's the order you go. And I go to Zia Records and I have to have my strawberry Charleston Chew. So do love them. John, what is your order of favorites on the Charleston Chew flavor wagon there?
Well, you introduced me to the strawberry one. So before that, there was the chocolate and the vanilla. So I'm probably going to go with chocolate, strawberry, vanilla.
You like the chocolate more than strawberry?
I just like chocolate. But the strawberry is good. It's different.
Wow. Okay. I love the strawberry, man. That is a special kind of candy bar right there.
We should buy all three and then do a taste test on all of them.
Yeah. And then I will have heartburn for like 4 days. But it'd be worth it. It would be worth it. Preminator love Cowboys and Aliens. Very underrated film in his opinion.
It is. It's a fun film.
Antonis has been watching Universal Monster movies recently. Have you seen them before, OGP? Universal Monster movies, I have not seen them recently, but like as a kid growing up in the 80s, I was born in the 70s. So growing up in the 80s, those were on TV a lot, and like, late at night or on the weekends and stuff like that. So I have seen them. But I cannot speak on them. It's been way too long since I've seen them. So
I have watched them many times. So.
I am, and I don't question that at all. I do believe you, sir. I would love to see The Adventures of Ford Fairlane with Andrew Dice Clay come back on either Blu-ray or 4K. Man, Andrew Dice Clay is kind of making a resurgence lately, so it wouldn't surprise me. You never know. Yeah. John, would you be interested? Were you a fan of Adventures of Ford Fairlane?
Yeah, it's not a bad film. It's a really Harlan movie. It's not bad. So yeah. I can take or leave Andrew Dice Clay, but he was good in Entourage. He plays himself.
Yes, Ford Fairlane. Speaking of Ford Fairlanes, we are going to get to talking about Student Bodies and Return to Horror High, which have nothing to do with Ford Fairlanes. But I just want to mention really quickly that John and I watched movies. These are going to be coming up. John, we're going to be doing a review, me and John, and it's going to be coming up on Jonathan's channel. Did you say?
Jonathan Moody's, horror film lovers. I do once a month I review a movie called Reviews After Midnight, and I normally try to pick something that's really bizarre and strange. And this time around, Philip and I are doing these two movies, Reeker,
very nice,
and No Man's Land: The Rise of Reeker, which is a prequel.
Yes, and this has nothing to do with Jack Reacher farting. It's not Reacher being a Reeker. So it's not about Jack Reacher ripping a good one. Reeker, one of you all recommended this to me. It was on my watch list. Somebody brought it up a while back. And so I was going through my watch list and I found it. There it is. And No Man's Land. So you want to hear what John and I have got to say about them. Jonathan Moody's channel. John and I will have a review up very soon for these. And maybe in a week or two, we'll kind of like talk about them a little bit. So there's some homework for you if you want to follow along, talk about movies with us. Reeker in No Man's Land, The Rise of Reeker. There you go. Just wanted to mention those. Let's see here. What else do you got over there, sir?
I have something that I think you would never buy. And I bought this because of Snow White, to be honest. It is a 2-movie collection of Snow White and the Huntsman, and then the Huntsman's Winter War.
That's not the new Snow White, is it?
No, this is the one with
or is that a non-Disney Snow White?
It's non-Disney, yeah. It's Kristen Stewart. Okay. It's Universal.
Oh, I like her.
This is
those movies.
Charlize Theron and then Emily Blunt, Nick Frost, Jessica Chastain.
We like all them.
Yeah, it
looks good cast.
This is the film that Kristen Stewart was dating Robert Patterson, and then she cheated on him allegedly. Well, no, it came out that she did with the director, and so it caused such a problem. And then they broke up that they made this instead as the sequel. So she's not in this, and it's a different director. Wow. So there's a little bit of saucy stuff that went on during this movie.
Saucy. Kind of like Del Taco milkshakes. You know what? I don't normally, when I go to Barstow Del Taco, get the milkshakes. But I have had, and you know what Del Taco does make a mean milkshake of is that when they have their orange, it was like an orange creamsicle milkshake or something. There in Barstow was very, 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 very
hamburger.
Good. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Del Taco. But when you go to Barstow Del Taco, you don't get their burger. You get their bun taco, sir.
Okay, I did not know.
Just trust me on that. Because they're different. The Barstow Del Tacos are not like the original Del Tacos, or they're not like your average everyday Del Taco. They're original. They make the food differently. What are both of y'all's favorite decade of horror movies? So a while back, I did a stream with Skyla a while back, which I hope Skyla's doing well. I haven't seen her in a while, where we broke down. We went through like the best 100 movies of each decade and then decided, and it was very close. but I went 80s, slight nod over the 70s. John, favorite decade of horror movies?
Oh, 80s.
Okay. Second favorite?
70s.
Now, here you go. I'm not going to mention anything. Third favorite.
And then it would be probably, I mean, if I'm looking more at like slasher movies, so probably 90s, but the 50s were great for like the Hammer movies and the Universal movies and stuff. So kind of the 40s going into the 50s for Universal, and then the 50s going into the 70s with Hammer. So
yeah. Well, so we didn't go back that far. We kind of stopped. We went to the 60s, and because we're kind of talking more horror as it exists now, where we get a lot of blood and guts and stuff. The 40s, 50s was more like the Hammer style movies, where it's suspense and things like that. The dark, eerie stuff. But this is, like we're thinking more blood and guts and gore. Would you like to know my third favorite decade?
Sure.
The 2000s over the 90s.
Oh.
Saw, Conjuring, Insidious. I mean, you name it. There's a lot. Jeepers Creepers. There's a lot from the 2000s. There's a lot. So anyways, that's for another day. But then the 90s would be my fourth, and then 60s would be fifth. What else you got over there, sir? What else you got? We're getting off topic here.
I cannot believe that I purchased this. It was on sale. It was really cheap. It falls into my DC comic book movies. It took me 2 times to watch this film, and I still haven't made it through it. That is, oh my God. I can't believe I own this. Birds of Prey.
I've not seen that. And, but here's the thing. She is a great actress. I think she's the best Harley Quinn. I don't know if I want to see that movie though.
I really only watched it for Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I think she's gorgeous, and she's a good actress too. This is the film where she met God, why do I forget people's names? Ewan McGregor, and they got married.
Oh, she's married to Ewan McGregor?
Yeah.
Oh.
But
may the force be with her.
But this has Rosie Perez, and I hate Rosie Perez.
I don't know why you hate Rosie Perez. Is it just because the way she talks?
God, she is so annoying. Yeah, pretty much.
She's the dimples. The dimples don't do nothing for you.
You stupid. Well, you people stupid.
Yeah. I get it.
Works to do the right thing, but no. So yeah.
At least she ain't as bad as Fran. What's her name? Fran Drescher.
Oh God, the nanny.
Oh my God.
That's pretty bad too.
Like, how can such a pretty woman have that voice? Like, man.
Like Jennifer Tilly, who's awesome. She's got that little baby voice. Yeah.
Baby voice is fine, but just the way Fran was like, 2000s was the most fun, in my opinion. The 2000s, there's some great movies. Very underrated decade, I think. So okay, John, what else you got over there, sir?
All right, so now because you had originally asked me, you said put these in like Blu-ray and DVD. So this is all Blu-ray right now. So now we get into The Asylum, and I picked up Android Cop.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, most likely. This one I have seen, and my God, is it horrible. It literally looks like they shot it in somebody's backyard because they were trying to rip off Prometheus. Alien Origin. God, this is awful.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry with the good luck with the sci-fi. Asylum.
And then we got one more that's Asylum, and this is their After Earth ripoff. So Android Cop would obviously be RoboCop. Alien Origins is Prometheus. This is After Earth. So Apocalypse Earth. So it deals with vampires.
Yeah. Oh, is that Richard Grieco? Richard
is that
Grieco.
Yep. I got to work with him. He was awesome
The
to work with.
Mighty
He's
Duck
a very
Man
nice guy.
No, he's not the Mighty Duck Man. Where did Greg go? Why do you have to leave? Whoever he is, miss him already. Greg, come back. Curtis is hysterical. That's funny. That's funny.
Now
we love Greg. Hopefully he is able to come back.
He probably just went to the bathroom or something. Yeah. Now I have a trilogy of films that you love, and because of you, I picked these up, and I had to get them on Blu-ray.
Okay.
So that is the Equalizer 3-movie collection.
What the shit happened to our viewers? We just lost like 70% of our viewers went away all of a sudden. Poof. Hopefully. Are we losing internet, people? Are we still here? Or did everybody just hate the fact that John admitted to watching Snow White?
That could be it.
It could be. It could be. It could be. They're like, oh, I'm out. Click.
Yeah.
No, I can't. Equalizer is that the trilogy all on one?
That's all 3.
Ooh, nice.
So I watched 1 and 2 by myself, and then you and I watched Equalizer 3, which I think is the best one. So I love Equalizer 3.
YouTube dumped us all. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Well, hopefully everybody comes back. That's lame. We're still loud and clear. Okay, good to know.
How does YouTube dump people? How does that happen?
I don't know, but yeah, man,
they're jerks.
Yeah, no, we were sitting there around like 40 viewers, and now we got 17. Everybody went away.
Oh
yeah.
Geez.
Had to take my Manjaro. Is that Manjaro? Is that? Oh, that's medicine. That sounds familiar. Like I've heard that in a commercial or something. Okay, is that medicine? But anyways, hopefully, yeah, Snow White is too cringe for us. There you go. How's the G fam? There it is. There it is.
Hey, I watched it as a hate view. I did. I told myself I'm not going to see it in the theater. I don't want to see a bootleg of it. I'll wait till it comes on Disney, and then maybe I'll check it out. And just the history of it. It's like I need to watch this because it is so bad that somebody needs to watch it. You know, somebody needs to report on it.
The saving grace in it all is that you're not paying for Disney. So at least you watched it for free. You have figured out ways to watch Disney movies. So that is, so you did not pay for it. So, okay. At least you did not patronize them. So
no.
Okay. Let's see what else you got over there.
I got 2 more Blu-ray.
Okay.
This is considered to be one of the worst video game or comic book or anime adaptations. I'm not sure originally where this came from, but this is considered to be whitewashing. Everybody hates this movie, so I said, "Oh, I got to have it." And that would be Dragon Ball Evolution. This is the Z edition.
Is that a live action?
It is.
I didn't know they ever did a Dragon Ball live action movie. Okay. Greg says take Morgiano, take care of dog, and grabbed a beverage. Good call on the very. Gotta love a good beverage. Yes, Morgiano is an injectable medication for diabetes. I have been on it since October 2023 and lost 100 pounds. Very nice, Greg. Very nice. We love good weight loss stories. Hopefully the weight loss is helping with the diabetes too. I know, like, my dad was diabetic, and he lost a lot of weight and got much healthier, and was had a much better quality of life. So Greg, wishing the best for you with that. That's awesome news. So keep up on the Morgiano. Even though it sounds like Morgiano, like I'm gonna have it sounds like an Italian beverage.
Yeah, like you go into a cafe and that's what you order. Yeah,
you get a Morgiano or Morgiano. But
glad it's my last Blu-ray, one that you do not like, but I love.
You get a lot that I don't like, so it's not a really surprise. But
you and I was trying to figure out when I was at work today, like what the number would be. Like if we had 50 movies, what would the percentage be of you would like and I would dislike, or I would like or you would dislike? Because we don't
I think we're
completely
probably
match
around
with
like
each
30% that we like, that we both like. I'd say somewhere around 30. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is well, The Lodge. You do not like this film? I love this film.
Yeah. God dang it. I wanted to like that so bad. It's a beautiful movie, like the snow and you know the location and all that. But I was bored out of my mind.
I love what they do to the kids, that they get what they deserve. You know, it's one of those things of play stupid games with an ex-cult member,
Yeah.
you're gonna die. It's just that
Yeah.
simple.
The problem is this dad has this new girlfriend, and the dad just takes off and leaves the kids. Oh, you'll bond. You'll no.
Yeah.
Your kids will hate her fucking guts. They're not gonna bond.
Well,
So
that's why he leaves it so they can bond. Yeah, but then the kids get all, stupid
they
like
should have
kids
bonded
do.
together, or he should not have left them in the snow. Like, oh man, I don't know. It was a good setup for a bad movie, for a horror movie to happen. I didn't care for that. I, as a father, would never leave my kids with the new girlfriend and go however hours away or something like that. Shitty dads exist in real life. That is correct. You are correct. They are everywhere. They walk amongst us. They do. So yeah, not a big fan, but I'm very happy that you got yourself a Blu-ray copy of that.
I was looking. I couldn't find it, so I had to order it off of eBay.
I don't think I got rid of mine. Oh, but mine is way up there. I can't get to it, but I do. I still have it. I think I have it on Blu-ray as well. I think that was like was that a Dollar Tree pickup I might have gotten?
I don't think so, because if it was, I probably would have found it. But this is
I'd have
hard to find at like Zia Records and stuff, so I had to order it off of eBay. Yeah, I could never find it.
Yeah, I got mine. I just can't get to mine. It's too far up there. But yeah, Liv knows from personal experience. That sucks. Sorry to hear that, Liv. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but so many of us have
Hey, I've
broken
never known
families
my
and
dad.
stuff. Well, there you go.
I just know really bad stories.
You guys should do a stream on top 10 movies I think you would hate, but I love. Well, that might be a fun topic. Maybe we get to that one of these weeks. That would be a good, because there are movies that John loves that I hate, and vice versa. So that would be fun. Larry's in the house. What up, Larry? How you doing? It's a good thing I got the notification tonight, because I forgot you were going live tonight. Well, Larry, I'm glad you got that notification.
Glad you're here.
Glad to see you. All right, so that's all the Blu-rays. What else you got over there? You got some DVDs?
I'm gonna start with the figure. Kind of break it up a little bit. So I picked this up at Ross, because Ross carries figures. They carry Funkos. They carry all that stuff. It's always in like the corner, kind of shoved away in the back. Yeah. And I found this, and I am a fan of the Spider-Verse with Spider-Man, the animated movies. And this is basically Spider-Punk is what he's called. So he is a punk version of Spider-Man in that alternate kind of multiverse type of thing. And he has like a little guitar here. So he's supposed to kind of be like a 70s Spider-Punk. He's even got the hair. Okay. So yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
He'll stay in the package, so we'll just sit like that.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, movie-wise, we got 2 double features here. I don't know if you would ever watch these. I definitely recommend this first one here. I laugh every time I see this movie. I think these are hilarious. A Haunted House and a Haunted House 2. I think my God, these are funny. I just
good luck with that.
They are awesome.
Yeah. Wayans Brothers, man. Like, I watched the first scary movie. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, as long as you like them.
Yeah.
Ross Dressed for Less. That is correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
John, I not to rush you along or anything, but we are an hour and 19 minutes in, and we still have 2 movies to talk about, and then you and I have to do some other stuff afterwards. So,
okay, so we'll quick. All right. Next one, double feature of 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street.
I started watching 21 and turned it off. Never seen 22.
They're funny, man.
Yeah,
they're funny.
I am. Hang on just a second. We have a timeout. Antonis coming through with the super chat. Thank you, sir. We love you, Antonis. Appreciate your support. Will you make a 28 years later movie review video? I love those videos when you see at the theater and at your car. Antonis, here is the catch this week. I will try and make one because I'm going to go see it Thursday. But Friday morning, I have to be at LAX at 4 a.m. as our flight leaves around like 7. So I want to be there. I like to get there early so I can park the car, get through security, get checked in. You know, LAX is a shit show. But I have to be at LAX, or flight leaves at 7 out of LAX. And I live like 2 hours from LAX. So Thursday is I'm going to see the earliest showing I can see and get home, go to bed. So I don't know because I'm flying out to New Orleans. So I don't know if I'll be able to get one done this week, but I will try, sir. For you, Antonis, I will try. To all the great legends and OGP and John, I bid you good night. Gail, get some rest,
Gail, have a good night.
Have a good night. Yes. Thank you. Love you, Gail. Have a good night, sir. Yeah. Okay, John, sorry to interrupt there, but yes, two pressing comments right there.
I understand. I'm into Shakespeare right now. I want to take actually like one of those classes at the college to learn Shakespeare and really kind of start watching the movies and reading his stuff. So I did pick up Hamlet. This is a modern day version of Hamlet. So it's a business. It's all about like corporations and stuff. So they tweaked the story to make it modern day. And which sounds interesting. So I picked that up. This was so disappointing. I remember liking it when I picked it up. And this is a Uwe Boll, or it's produced by Uwe Boll. And it is Blood Valley Seed's Revenge, which is Seed 2. Seed is awesome. This is not. Very disappointed.
We don't care about that franchise after that, or what may happen to it with the next one, right?
Part 3, we do not care about at all. No. Yeah. No. And speaking of Uwe Boll, I did pick up this. This is one of the last films that I needed to pick up with him, with Edward Furlong.
Oh, very cool.
It all takes place in a prison cell. It's a one-location prison cell movie.
Okay.
So we got that. And then we got another one from him, from Uwe Boll. This is an anthology. So he's on there with other directors.
Okay.
And these are the movies that are up here. So it's a few different directors. This is from Unearthed Films. And so I picked it up because of his short.
What is it called? Profane
Exhibit.
The Profane Exhibit. Okay. Have you watched that yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. I'd like to hear how that is after I check that out.
Yeah. It's Unearthed Films, so it should be interesting. This goes into my comic book, superhero type of movies. Jumper with Darth Vader.
I don't think I've ever seen that. It looks like a Mission Impossible kind of deal. What's it about?
They can jump through like to different places, and but it's Doug
through
Liman,
like wormhole kind of things.
No, portals? They can just
they got mad skills and they jump from place to place.
Yeah, it's I know that we're pressed for time, so but it's they could they can just jump from different areas, and Samuel L. Jackson is going after like Hayden Christensen, so it's one that I enjoyed, but it was supposed to get a sequel, but it never did. So I haven't seen it in a very long time, so it's hard for me to say exactly what it is.
Nice. Okay.
2 left. This was very disappointing. But this is Devil's Pass. I was hoping for more on this one, based on a true story, and it is. This is not a lie. I looked it up, and this is actually based on a true story of back in the day. These scientists, men and women, went up into the mountains, and they were killed. They were like ripped to shreds. They were like body parts everywhere. It looks like they were trying to escape. The tent they were in, they cut out of the tent, like they were trapped inside, or they were trying to get out from something. I watched like a few documentaries on this, and they've never figured out what happened to these people. So this is a film, of course, of dumb people who have to go up there and follow exactly what they did to find out what happened. This creature is not really in the movie, but they eventually find a lab underground, like a Nazi lab, and then there are creatures and stuff. That's when it gets good, but it's not horrible. It's not bad. It's Rennie Harlan, so he directed it. So yeah, not bad.
The artwork looks fun, but I think you said it's nothing like the artwork, right?
No, not really. I mean, except for them walking in snow. And then my last one is a film that you're looking for, but I did research. The Blu-ray is out of print. It's quite expensive. So I did pick it up on DVD, and that is The Bay.
You son of a bitch. That's been on my list forever, and I have not been able to, where did you get that?
eBay. It's the only place I can find it.
Okay, you ordered it. Okay, all right. Okay. I was like, man, if you found that at Zia, I was going to be like,
no. It's a Barry Levinson
frustrated
film. It's interesting that these big directors like Rennie Harlan and Barry Levinson are doing these tiny little low budget movies. But this is a thing. It's a 4th of July movie. It's very creepy. It's a good film. And I got to talk to Barry Levinson because he came into the video store that I worked at. It was during the Academy Awards time when he had Wag the Dog. And he was great to talk to. Really nice guy. So
nice.
Tin Men is also one of his best films too. But this is very creepy. So if you guys want a good 4th of July creepy movie and you're tired of watching all the other ones, check this out because this is a real thing. You can actually look and Google fish with parasite, and these fish have parasites. Yeah. It's just it stays in the fish's mouth and eats what the fish wants. Oh,
that's funny. Alexa, shut up. Alexa, stop talking.
Some parasites are relatively harmless to humans if the fish is
Google, shut up.
Others can cause illness.
I'm trying to turn it off.
Common fish parasites.
Michael Google, be quiet, Michael Google.
Turn off.
Parasites and their effects.
Stop talking, you son of a bitch!
Often microscopic.
Okay, there it goes.
That's funny. Your phone did that when I was out there too. It's like, oh, I heard you, and I thought you said Google the appropriate way. Larry says, wish I could send a super chat. You're good, Larry. You send super chats all the time. We appreciate you. We got about 2 weeks before I go on vacation, so I need the money for the trip. Larry, that's awesome. Where are you going? You going to go somewhere fun? Hopefully you can have a good time. Got to do some packing up and you're good to go. Very nice. Antonis hates LAX. Yes. Now LAX is a nightmare. I watched first half of 21 Jump Street when I was in the ER recently and thought it was pretty funny. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I could have been in a bad mood. I don't know. But maybe, but that's awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. Hopefully it eased your pain and Liv, hopefully you're okay being in the ER. That sucks. Hopefully you're doing okay. Let's see here. Larry, I wonder if anyone will be able to make a good Crow film. No. It seems like nobody can except for Brandon Lee. No, and that's where I think we're done. We just stick with the original Crow, get it on 4K, and just be done with it.
I mean, the Crow Salvation is not bad. As far as the sequels go, it's not bad. The first Crow sequel is not horrible. Wicked Prayer is horrible. And of course, the remake is god awful.
Yeah,
but the TV show I couldn't get into. I watched a couple episodes, and there is a female Crow in one of them because it is in one of the graphic novels. I, for a long time, for years, have said, why don't they make a female Crow? But now, if they do it, it's going to be all woke and it's just going to suck. Nobody will see it.
Well,
but if
hopefully
they did it 10 years ago.
Yeah, hopefully we're getting past that, and then maybe we can just make a Crow movie without like any type of political agenda. Hopefully someday. we'll see.
Yeah.
Larry says Jumper was a good movie, and Liv also liked Jumper when it came out. Haven't seen it since.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's fun.
Basically, he was a jumper who could go through certain areas, and he ends up robbing a bank without a trace. Interesting. I always enjoyed Jumper, says Preminator. Saw it in the theater. Wow. Okay. How's the G Fam gives Jumper
A lot
a
of
thumbs
praise
up.
for
Okay,
Jumper.
Maybe. Yeah, I'll have to take a look. Liv forgot about Devil's Pass. I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I own Jumper. It's like an action movie, more like action sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really collect those. But it sounds like it's worth a watch. Siri does that on my phone constantly. Yeah. You just got to be careful, and like I think you could change your keyword to make it activate with something else. But that's where I have mine all turned off, where I can say over here, I can say something like this: "Hey Google, play funny music," and it will not do anything to me. Oh, and John's listening on a Bluetooth, so it's not going to say it. So I can't turn John's on remote. Let's see here. Mr. Bones in the house. What up, Mr. Bones? How you doing? Hey. Yes, everybody hit that thumbs up if you would, please. Thank you. Thank you for reminding us, Mr. Bones. NG, never seen Jumper. Look too similar to Hancock. Yeah.
No, that's Jumper isn't superhero. Hancock is, and I own Hancock, and yeah, it's not. Hancock's not great.
John, would you like to talk about Return to Horror High or Student Bodies first? La 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 la. Which one you want to talk about? La 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 la.
Let's do Return to Horror High first.
Okie dokie. I have a pretty standard, generic Return to Horror High. That is my Return to Horror High from I don't know, some generic non-identifying themselves company here. What yours is fancy? What is yours a double feature?
Yeah, you got to flip it, and it comes with this little booklet.
You got to smack it, flip it, rub it down.
That's right.
Yeah. What else is it? Is that 2 movies?
Yeah, it's basically a George Clooney double feature. So he's the first kill in Return to Horror High, and then he's one of the main characters in Return of the Killer Tomatoes, which is hilarious.
Yes.
So this is it's drive-in Anchor Bay Entertainment 2 horror double features. So
okay,
yeah, it's good. So
nice. Mr. Bone says he has the same copy as you, John. Very cool. So Return to Horror High. I think I don't remember how exactly this came to be, but John and I were talking about movies, and we were talking about Student Bodies, I think. And then John was like, "Oh, Return to Horror High." We started talking about other movies that are kind of like Student Bodies, and then we decided to do the double feature and watch both, since there was nothing big coming out in the theater this week. Really, nothing coming out in the theater this week. But Return to Horror High, I'm debating if John should talk about this first or I should shit all over it first. And I kid. I don't hate this. No, movie.
You go first, because then maybe I can counter what you're saying.
Okay. So for me, I felt like, I guessing, hopefully a lot of you have seen Saturday the 14th, the movie, the spoof of Friday the 13th. That when I watched that in the 80s, it was hysterical. Now I watch Saturday the 14th and I'm like, oh, this is just bad. It's not good at all. I'm wondering if this is the same type of thing where this was great, that type of comedy back in the 80s, and it just didn't hold the test of time or survive the test of time. I do like what they're doing with, you're making a movie and you're making a movie at a location, a school where a bunch of people were killed. And so you get the cops involved, and there's, concern that murders are happening again. And we don't really know. And every time we think somebody's really getting killed, we cut out to a movie shot. And so it's like, oh no, they're not really getting killed. It's a movie until people really do start getting killed. So that it's an interesting take. It's interesting the way they did. I give them credit for being unique in that sense, There are a ton of movies and TV shows about people making movies on Dawson's Creek. But I kid, but the Friday the 13th episode of Dawson's Creek is phenomenal. If anybody hasn't seen that. Hey, John, you get to watch that annoying little woman in Snow White. I get to watch Dawson's Creek, sir. So, but Return to Horror High, I was like 30 minutes in, I messaged John and I go like, I have not been inclined to laugh once, like not once. Throughout the movie, there were a couple times where, yes, John, you mentioned this to me, the scene where the guy, he's, they're in the car, he's with the girl, he's the football jock, and he's thinks that she's just going to have sex with him because he's the jock, and he's kind of getting on the verge of being this rapey bad guy. And then all of a sudden they cut, and the producer sticks his hand in and is grabbing the girl's boob going, can we see her boob? Can we see her boob? We got to see her boob. And I was like, I understand that they're trying to be funny right there, but I felt like they were trying too hard to be funny. I don't know. I give this movie 2.5 stars for being unique. And I think in the 80s, if I watched this in the 80s for the first time, I probably would have loved it, but I just didn't care. Now, some of the cast, yes, Marsha Brady. What's her real name, John?
Oh, Maureen McCormick.
Thank you. Of course, she looks great in this. And if you were a Brady's, a fan of the Brady Bunch, back in the day, you loved seeing her. And yeah, of course, George Clooney at the beginning was great. There were a lot of good things about this that were unique, but I was like, I felt like the comedy fell flat to me for the most part. And it was okay. But I was not a huge fan. So 2.5 stars. That's where I'm at with it, John. Tell me why I am dead wrong, John.
I think it's not a comedy. It's a slasher movie with humor in it. Where Student Bodies is a comedy. It's a spoof on slasher films. Yeah. I love Return to Horror High. I would probably somewhere put it in my top 10. I love the idea of it.
Clarify, please, if you would. Top 10 favorite horror movies, top 10 favorite movies.
Oh, slasher films.
Slasher films. Okay.
And I love that Clooney is, because I saw this in the theater. So that, to me, that was it's the guy from Facts of Life. He wasn't George Clooney yet. And of course, while I'm watching this and he's doing his thing, I'm thinking like, dude, you have no idea how bad you're going to screw up an election.
Oh. John just went left field political. Wabam.
Yeah, because a lot of Dems are saying that he's the reason why Bernie dropped out and all that stuff, that they blame him.
Wow.
So watching this, I'm just like, wow, this guy has no idea.
Wow.
So I think it's hilarious that he's the first kill, and it reminds me, of course, of Scream with Drew Barrymore. I think the producer is hilarious. I like all the actors because they're all from these 80s type of things or TV shows. So I enjoy that. As a kid, I had a massive crush, of course, on Maureen McCormick, Marsha, and then seeing her in this, and she plays a cop, and she gets slowly but surely her uniform shirt gets unbuttoned, and she gets more and more blood on her, and then she starts grabbing, like massaging the blood into her breast, and I love that. I'm just like, oh my god, that is awesome. Thank you. And it has nudity in it, which is good because it's an 80s movie. You got to have nudity in it. But it also, both of these, I thought it was interesting that with today's climate, like the main girl in this, the lead, she, when the producer says, we need to see her boobs, she gets up and she's really mad. And she tells them that, how dare you exploit me? How dare you do this? How do and I'm like, oh my God, this is today.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
this is like 1982, and they're kind of predicting today.
so here's the thing. I think the way she didn't want to be exploited, I think women have always felt that way, and I respect that. There are a lot of exploitation movies, and there are a lot we love, nudity, especially the 80s movies. You're going to get it in a good horror slasher movie. But time and place, and the girl, getting raped or that close to being raped, I kind of understand, and I'm okay with it. The problem is nowadays, the whole give an inch, take a mile thing, where we want to respect it, but I want to respect, women's rights and stuff. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to completely throw away or disregard my beliefs, to cave and bend to other people's beliefs. So I get, and I remember, and I felt that same way. I was like, that's interesting that this is happening in the 80s, but it's a very current, relevant issue.
Yeah, and it's, but if you those after that scene, she's still in the movie. She didn't quit.
Oh yeah.
She's
I
still,
mean, well, yeah.
I mean, the what I like is like the writer is very confused on what he's writing, because they're not making what he wrote. The director wants to basically make like an art film. The producer is all about boobs and money. There's the effects guy who's doing all these effects that scare people because they're in weird places. I really like this film. The ending is confusing as hell, but I still enjoy it, and it's but I rewatching it now, I don't think it's a comedy. I think that it's like Scream. It's a slasher film with comedy, but you can also say that Scream is a comedy because it is technically a spoof on slasher films.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, but a good horror movie, and maybe it's a psychopath in me, but a good horror movie, I'm gonna laugh at no matter what. Like, fuck, I laugh at The Omen. I laugh at no, like, seriously, when people are getting killed in funny ways, it's fucking hysterical. I laugh at The Exorcist. Like, I laugh at these movies. So I think a good horror movie is going to make you laugh no matter what, because you can't take them seriously. It's not real life. But John, you'd mentioned a couple things that reminded me that I took notes. I forgot that I took notes. So one thing I did find interesting was that the first 10 minutes of the movie, and I noticed this, and I really looked at the clock when I first heard the first evidence of any type of score. The first 10 minutes of the movie, it's completely silent.
There's a lot of
It's
silence.
weird. It's very weird. It could be good, it could be bad. The movie Warfare that just came out, there's no score at all. It could be good, could be bad, but I just found that interesting. I didn't hate that, but I found it interesting. But I did feel like the jokes are falling flat, especially if there was anything that I should have laughed at, it's an exploding boob. When he takes the boob off the girl's chest and throws it, and it explodes. I was like, oh, to me, like you say, hey, we're going to have an exploding boob. I'm thinking that's fucking hysterical. I'm going to laugh, but I didn't even want to laugh at it. I don't know why. But one of the things you were mentioning, the writer hates the director hates the producer, all these people hate each other, and they just fight, argue. And that drove me nuts.
I am going to absolutely disagree with you on that. There was no fighting. There was no arguing. There was,
they were totally arguing over.
No,
the director, every time the writer came with something, he's like, I'm not writing that movie, or we're not making that movie. And he throws it away. And then the producer and the director were fighting because the producer wanted something.
The writer was very calm. The writer was very kind of like introverted.
Well, no, okay. I don't mean like arguing, like yelling and stuff, but they just didn't like each other.
I'm blanking on the word that I had earlier because I knew that you would say arguing and stuff. So I had a word and now I can't think of it, but I felt that it was people debating, people, the writer has wants the movie to be one way. The director has it a different way. The producer wants to make just like a sleaze movie. And so there's conflict. That's the word.
Yeah.
There's conflict. I don't consider it to be arguing. I don't consider it that they don't like each other, because
aren't people getting killed for unknown reasons conflict? Isn't that good enough conflict?
No, I don't consider that conflict. It's like, to me, I laughed when the lead girl gives the big speech about being exploited, and then the producer and the writer walk away, and the producer's like, she's right. We got to do something. We got to write something for her that she would really, really appreciate, And then the writer's like, okay. And then as the producer walks away, he goes, but put it in a shower with nudity. And as he walks away, and I thought that was funny, because it's like,
it was very producer. I was like, I'm imagining David Sterling saying that as he walks away. Give me boobs. Yeah. So for anybody just jumping in, we're talking about Return to Horror High right now. And I was not the biggest fan. I gave it 2.5 stars. We'll get to John's score in just a moment, but I want to hit a couple of comments. I may miss some, so I apologize if I miss some of your comments. Curtis says, I hope you guys watch Horror House on Highway 5. I used to own 2 different variants of that movie, and then I watched it. I threw one of them away, and I kept the other one because I thought it was so bad. I'm not a fan of the movie. John, have you seen Horror House on Highway 5?
I think I've heard of it. The title kind of.
Oh man, I should have gave you the other one. But I think it's in the trash now. Sorry. Liv says, I laughed a ton watching The Monkey in the theater. Sometimes horror is funny. Very much. The Monkey, I laughed my ass off for The Monkey.
Yeah.
NG, is this an example of liking the concept and not the film? For me, 100%. I really love the concept here more than I love the film itself. And then Liv, have you guys seen There's Nothing Out There? It's a horror spoof comedy from the 90s. John, have you seen that?
Oh yeah, a few times that I own it. I worked with the director on Art of the Dead. Yeah, he.
I was just gonna say, Rolf Konevsky, Fat Samurai Guy, and I was over at Fat Samurai Guy's house. We put it on and started watching it, and we got 10 minutes in, and we went, "Holy fuck, we got to stop this! This is amazing." We got to wait until Lady Fatblood gets home from work so she could watch it with us. So we stopped the movie and waited like an hour or whatever till she got home so she could watch it with us. And it was so good. I went on Amazon right as it ended and ordered copies for me and Fat Samurai Guy. So both of us have them on Blu-ray now. And it's amazing.
A film that's similar to that is called Unmasked Part 25. And it's a serial killer film or a slasher movie. And the scene that I remember, because I haven't seen it for a long time, is he's chasing after a girl, and he's just like, okay, she's running, she's gonna trip, and then she falls, and then so he already knows, because he's already done they're on movie 25, and he already knows what's gonna happen, because it's the same thing. So he's like, don't run, I know you're gonna trip, and then she trips. And then it's like, okay, I've seen this before, and it's good. I enjoyed it. I don't know if it holds up, but because I've only seen it, I think twice, but that was a long time ago.
Okay,
but I remember liking it.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Yeah, if you in comparing it at all to There's Nothing Out There, I definitely want to see it now, because There's Nothing Out There is amazing. Rolf, it's so funny because you could tell in There's Nothing Out There, you can tell when they ran out of money, and the film just goes from this great production to like, just get it done, and it's hysterical. They embraced it. They knew, Rolf knew what was going on, and he rolled with it. It is absolutely brilliant. Probably my favorite Rolf Konevsky movie.
Yeah, he was really nice to work with. He signed like a couple DVDs for me, and every day on the set, he would wear a different horror movie. So he tried to match the horror movie with what we were shooting that day, and so that was fun. And I was very flattered. I'm like, oh my God, that's Rolf Konevsky. And I went up to him and said, hi, I'm John Ward. And he goes, I know who you are. I'm like,
that's cool, yeah.
Oh, awesome. So yeah, it was very fun. And, of course it was a Mahal Brothers set. So I had a lot of fun with that. And, Michael Mahal, unfortunately. So
Yeah, rest in peace. That
yeah,
he says, unfortunately, because rest in peace, Michael Mahal.
yeah.
Rolf Konevsky did not know who I was, and that made me sad. Actually, there's no reason Rolf would have known who I was at the time, but I did with look at that. There's me, Master Chaos, Rolf Konevsky, and Ben Stober. We went to like an all-night horror-thon at like American Cinematheque a couple of years ago, and we took that
Nice.
picture together. That was a lot of fun. That was an absolutely amazing evening with some great people. So I am very grateful that Master Chaos mentioned that, and then I got to go with them. That was a lot of fun. So I should mention here before one last thing. I have reactivated my OGP account on Facebook. If any of you were friends with me on Facebook before, I am done with Facebook and the politics and the bullshit and everything that goes on there. So I've reactivated the Facebook page, the OGP page, and so I can just share, like, I'm going to see this movie, or we're going to do Horror Movie Monday, or John and I are doing a review. That will be on there. And otherwise, I'm done with Facebook. I'm done. So if I was friends with you and I've unfriended you or whatever, or we're no longer friends, it's because I'm not using Facebook anymore. Just putting stuff on the page. So if you want to friend me or follow me on Facebook, it's the OGP page. Go to Facebook, type in OGP, you'll find it. I'm there. And John is kind of about to do something similar, right? You're going to kind of get a John, like a Dark Park Films page going, right?
Yeah, I've basically the same thing is I'm going to make, John Ward will be private. It'll be, friends and family. And I'm going to go through and pick who's going to stay. And then Dark Park Films, that page will just be movie stuff. It will not be politics. There will not be religion. There will not be, there won't be anything on there except for film. Same thing as you. Yeah. Trailer for this, going to see that movie. Here's a video that I did. That's all it's going to be. And I agree with you. I cannot stand Facebook. I hate the new format. And I'm not going to say who it is. I'll make this fast. I watched a movie that I disliked. I sent a friend request to the director, and thinking maybe he could be on One Filmmaker and we could discuss. And then I noticed everything is political. Everything on his page is political. And it's like, oh no, I don't want this. Just no. I'm friends with him, but it's like I just don't want that.
Yeah. You respect his views, you respect his right to his views. You just don't need to see it. You just don't need to see it. Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Larry, I have been to Nebraska many times, Larry. I have family there. I love Nebraska. It is as far from New York City as you can get. But I love it. It is so just low speed, down to earth, friendly people. Nebraska is it's a beautiful place. I love Nebraska.
And it's a good movie.
Oh, good call. Good call. Yeah. Man, God, now I'm drawing a blank. I do remember who was in that movie. It's a big.
Yeah,
it was one.
The guy who did Sideways, an election, and it's, oh my God, why am I blanking on his name?
It's not the dude from Bruce Dern.
Bruce Dern,
Will Forte. That's right. Yeah. And Bob Odenkirk. There you go. That's the other, the one I was thinking about. Yeah. So no, good call, John. Yes, good call.
Thank you.
So with Return to Horror High, I think I just felt like it fell flat. I knew where they were going for the jokes. I just didn't laugh so much. It wasn't a terrible movie. It just didn't do much for me. I give it 2.5 stars for Return to Horror High. John, thoughts and ratings on Return to Horror High?
Thoughts. I think it's good. I liked it. Maybe it doesn't hold up as well as some of the other ones. The music thing is weird because there are just scenes of just silence. Like there's nothing even in the background, like a cricket or anything. There's like nothing. It's strange. But I would give this, 1 out of 5. I'd give it a 3, like a 3-star.
Okay. And here's the thing, even if you had said like, oh, I give it 3.5 or whatever, I would have been like, okay, I respect that. Just not, I don't, maybe someday I'll watch it again to give it another shot. Like maybe I'll go like get drunk and watch it, or smoke some weed and watch it or something, and have a different opinion. So,
well, for me, a lot of these films are going into San Francisco, being up in the Bay Area, going to San Francisco with my friends and going to the worst theaters because that's all they played. So we would go to, to these theaters where they would play 5 brand new horror movies or science fiction films, Roger Corman, or it could be Empire Pictures, Charles Band. And one side of you would be a prostitute giving head to a guy. You would look over there and you would see somebody shooting up, and then you look above you and the ceiling would just be missing. You could just see the sky. And so those are the memories that I have for these type of films. And
John,
that could play a lot into this.
I think you have just described heaven on earth, sir. No, but you know what? We love the old school movie theaters, the small theaters, rowdy crowds, for like these, cheesy, low budget horror movies. We just, it makes it fun. I don't know about watching or having to listen to as another guy gets blown, or something like that, or watching somebody get, shoot up or whatever. But the small old school horror theaters, movie theaters are great. So let's move on. Let's move on and talk about student bodies before we wrap this up this evening. So this is what I have. I saw this at Zia Records on Blu-ray, and I was like, holy shit, I need this in my life. This was introduced to me by Justin a few years ago, and Justin and Matt and I watched this. Maybe, I don't know if Fluffy was there, who else was there, but we watched this over at Matt's house and laughed our asses off. And so when I saw this, I was like, I must own this. And John, when did you first see Student Bodies? Do you remember?
I saw it in the theater.
Wow. Yeah, I'm jealous. That would have been fun.
Yeah, that's like 1981.
Wow. So you go first then with Student Bodies, since I went first with the other one. Thoughts on Student Bodies?
I think it's better than Return to Horror High. That Return to Horror High I was having fun with, but there were only a couple scenes that I LOL'd in. Okay. This I was laughing throughout because I am just,
you don't know how happy that makes me to hear you say that. I was worried.
No, it's like the killer goes up to the guy, the girl is dead, and he's like, hey, I'm just trying to get laid here. So he's about to have sex with a dead body and stuff like that is it's very funny.
Yeah.
There are, and then just the killer who's the breather, and it's just, and he's walking upstairs with these.
You do that very well, sir. You do that. You do that very well.
Yeah, he steps in. This is like the airplane of slasher movies.
Oh,
so
yes.
This is and they even mentioned at the beginning, like 26 horror movies were made, and at this time, because this was 81, not a lot of horror films or slasher films were made at that time. So this
before that time, that year, they were all coming out. Yeah.
So it really is a perfect like spoof on slasher films when there weren't any made at that time. Yeah. So yeah.
Nice. Okay. I am very much relieved because I love this movie. And I mean, I just was laughing hysterically, even though I just saw it a couple of years ago. Watching it again, it is so funny. The way it's like, when there's something you need to pay attention to. And it's like, what is it? It doesn't say evidence or something, but it's like clues or something. And there's like an arrow pointing to it. And there's a body count throughout the film. There's so many funny things.
Window open.
Yes.
Window
door
open,
unlocked.
Yeah.
So I was like, as I started watching this, I was like, this is so funny. So I restarted it after about 10, 15 minutes. And I go, I'm going to make some notes on just a few of the jokes over the first 10 minutes. And this is not even all of them, but I just made some notes of the few of the jokes. And this, it's nonstop all the way through the movie. So right off the bat, I love how the opening scene, I'm like, are we watching Nightmare on Elm Street? Because this white house, are we watching Halloween? Obviously it wasn't Nightmare on Elm Street, that wasn't out yet, but Halloween, the framing, the white house and everything that looked like Michael Myers' house. And then
it was Black Christmas. That's what they were spoofing, Black Christmas. The original Black Christmas.
And I love how they say it's Friday the 13th. And it's also Jamie Lee Curtis's birthday.
Yeah, like, just kind of going down a list.
Yes, it's so funny. And so we hear the song, the theme song or whatever, that sounds like it very much sounds like a knockoff of the Halloween song. But then right as the song is ending, we hear a turkey go gobble, 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 gobble. What the fuck is that? It's just so funny because it was so out of place. And then we get the heavy breathing guy walking up to the house. Yes. And then
so
we get
many
that
stairs.
Oh, yes, the fucking staircase goes on forever, and then he gets stuck in the gum.
It's a 2-story house. Yeah, but it goes up. He goes up like 100 stairs, and then he's got the galoshes, and because that was kind of a staple of those films, is there was always something, like they had gloves or the mask. And for this guy, it was galoshes out of all things.
So, but then we get the girl inside the house, like Scream, where she gets a phone call and it's her friend, and the friend tells her, oh, I forgot. I was supposed to give you the answer to the Civil War test. The North won.
She's like, really?
Oh, thanks, man. The dumbest shit in the world. Oh, but it's amazing. And then, John, I know you could appreciate this. The dog in the yard is meowing. Yeah. And then turns around, lifts its leg, and rips a good fart. Amazing. This is all within the first couple minutes of the movie. And then, you get the door and the windows unlocked at the pointing to him. Heavy breathing guy calls and says, he calls, and then like she hangs up on him. So he calls back and he goes, I said, like after he's like, you're not listening to me. I said, and then, the phone's ringing, and then the phone just rings and rings and rings and rings.
The phone starts to do this. It's because he's not picking it up, and it's just one long continuous ring as the phone's like just flipping.
And then later in the movie, when she's in the shrink's office and the shrink has to go around fixing his office, he picks up his phone to turn it around, and you still hear. So, and then she goes into the kitchen, and the kitchen is trashed with KFC food and trash everywhere. So, and then like mom comes home later, because this is the babysitter, and then the mom comes home and she's screaming, ah, she didn't do the dishes.
Yeah, then it was, she left the TV on.
Yeah. So, but then she goes to the refrigerator, and it's like KFC food in there. And she drops the chicken bone. Well, dad comes home, picks up the chicken, puts it back, or like
wraps a rubber band around
it, puts it back. And then the killer. This reminds me of a scene like in Xmas, where the killer's picking their weapon.
That's where I got it from. I got it from this movie. So
from Student Bodies. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So let people know there's a scene in Xmas where the Santa Claus Drew is going along all these different weapons. And then he finally picks one. And that's actually from this film where the killer has all of his weapons displayed. And he says, and he goes past the axe. And then he goes past, a machete. And then he ends up, what does he end up on? What does he use?
The paperclip. It's amazing. That's right. It's so fucking brilliant. It's so brilliant. Yes. No, I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's another reason to go watch Xmas and Xmas 2 to see that stuff. So, and then my next note was the killer took forever to get up the stairs. This is all within like the first 10 minutes of the movie. So the boyfriend comes over and scares the girl, and that's why she dropped the chicken that had to be put back in the fridge and stuff. But they're upstairs, and he's like going to take a shower, and he's talking to her, and he goes, "Julie, you're not responding to my maleness."
The men in this are so dumb. It's hilarious.
Yes.
It's great because of when it was made that you could just have all these guys be like, it's almost like watching Animal House with that fraternity of like all the rich guys, and they're with their kind of like, rich girlfriends and all that, of just like, you're not responding to my manliness. What is, it's all about the man. It's not, it's very funny.
It is so funny. Yeah. And then, so the mom and dad come home, and they go, oh, the door's unlocked. Well, I hope the babysitter wasn't murdered in our bed. Just like, funny little shit. And so then the screams, and then she screamed. She didn't turn off the TV. And then we get upstairs and see, the babysitter dead. And it's like, okay, body count 1. And so now we're getting the graphics of the body counts. And then, so I'm almost done with my notes, but I do want to mention a few of these other things that are just fucking hysterical. At the funeral, the principal says, "It's a sad day. It's a sad day for me." And I bet it was no picnic for their parents either. Fucking amazing. So amazing.
But like, you can see somebody saying that. I can actually imagine somebody saying that.
Yes. And then you got the cheerleaders at the funeral doing a little cheer. I don't remember what they were cheering, but it was fucking hysterical.
I think they cheered like dead or die. I think it's like death or something like that.
D-E-A. Yeah. So then the two people run off and go to get in the car. And she's like, "Well, we can't do this without protection." So he leaves. And then we get the graphic on screen about the door being unlocked and the window being open. And then, of course, she's murdered by the breathy guy. But when the guy comes back, he's supposed to go to the store to get condoms in the middle of this funeral. And he comes back with a full grocery bag. And, then, of course, he's murdered. Then we get where we're going to school, and there's a blind guy, and his dog is driving him. Oh, man. And then the horsehead bookends. How can we talk about this movie without mentioning horsehead bookends? Man, that's where my notes stop. All this is right at the beginning of the movie. And I mean, it just goes. Every scene, there's something funny in the background, some joke that's funny, just some action, something, everything. They looked at everything. How can we make this funny? And this to me, as far as horror comedies go, I don't know. Maybe aside from like the very, 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 very end is a little wonky, but this is so good. I love it. I'm glad you liked it, John. I was really worried. I was like, oh man.
Oh no, I've always liked it. I just haven't seen it in a long time. They do little things like they're in the principal's office and it's all the teachers, and some are standing behind the desk, and there's one teacher that's way over here, and the phone rings here, and she goes, "I'll get up. I'll get the phone because I'm the furthest away." And then she gets up and just walks to the phone, and it's like, okay. And I literally was laughing. I really was LOLing because it is so weird oh, don't worry about it. I'm the furthest from the phone. I'll get it. And it's stuff like that makes me laugh in this. Yeah. And but did you notice Alan Smithy was in the credits?
No, Alan Smithy
he's listed as the producer.
Oh, that's funny. Wow. Why would you not want credit for this? Anybody who doesn't know, Alan Smithy is the generic name when somebody doesn't want credit. Clown Motel Massacre has Alan Smithy whenever you guys get to finally see that. Michael Ritchie, Bad News Bears, is uncredited actor for Student Bodies. I did not know that, Curtis.
Oh, so he must be Mickey Rose. Because he's director. That makes sense because it's a Paramount movie. So he did a lot of stuff for Paramount.
Sounds like a wild movie for sure. It definitely was.
You gotta watch it. It's hilarious.
Yeah. And I'm missing some of the comments. I apologize, but we are so long into this. Paying the babysitter 75 cents an hour. I know. And then at the funeral, she's like, "Oh, here's the money." And it's every bit of the 65 cents an hour I was paying.
Yeah,
she undercuts her 10 cents at her fucking funeral. Oh man, what a scumbag. So anyway, so funny. It's so many different things all the way through this movie that are just hysterical. I highly recommend. I could sit here and tell you everything all night long about this movie. I don't want to do that, even if we had the time, because I want everybody to go watch it. And I think this is either on Pluto or it's on Tubi, one of the two. So go check it out. Student Bodies. John, I rated Return to Horror High first with my score. What do you give Student Bodies?
Because I enjoyed it so much, I'm going 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am at a 4.5 just because the end was like, I mean, the part where she's going through the trash bags in the hallway hanging down and stuff is hysterical, but we got a little, I did like the whole tribute to Wizard of Oz kind of thing, but we just kept going. We kind of should have cut it off at a certain point. So, and we would be remiss if we did not mention Mal, what's his name? Malville.
Oh, Malvert.
Holy
Malvert
fuck.
P. Red.
Best character in the movie. Yes. And rest in peace. He died just a couple years after this came out. Well, a few years, I guess, but he is just amazing. So
he's very funny. And okay, so I'm actually going to go, I'm going to go 4.5. More towards a 5 than a 4. But yeah, that ending, kind of like Return to Horror High, the endings were a little off. So I'm going to go along with that. So,
okay. It's on Tubi. Okay. Thank you, Mario. Yeah, definitely recommend checking it out. And I hate to do this, everybody, and I would love to get to all of your comments, but we really have to get going. John and I are recording a couple other movie reviews after we're done tonight. So it's going to be a long night of filming for us. This stuff will be coming out down the road, other channels and stuff. There's a lot of content coming on John's channel from us and then on Jonathan's channel as well. So, John, anything else you wanted to mention tonight before we wrap it up?
No, thanks to you and this computer that I have, I'm planning on making more content. So there's going to be these 2 reviews, which will be linked on my Facebook page. That's where they're going to be linked. Otherwise, it's Horror Film Lovers on YouTube. And then I already did one more movie haul, and that's all Zia Records. So this is it's all old stuff that I think I showed on here probably like a couple months ago, something like that. So I'm doing it on my channel. So there's going to be a lot more. I'm going to review Snow White, and so that will be a short review, as you and I do. These long reviews is what they're called. So yeah, there's just going to be more content coming out.
Right on. Very cool. And so quickly, just to recap the news once again, 28 years later coming out this week. We are all very excited for that. Megan 2, just a couple weeks away now. Mike Flanagan announced the start of the filming of the Carrie TV series. So we'll be looking for that down the road. Not sure how we feel about it. Crystal Lake is adding more people to the cast. So that's good to know. We are making progress with our Friday the 13th prequel show. And physical media this week, Jaws 4K, Jurassic Park and Jurassic World trilogies 4K. Next week is the big one, The Monkey and Novocaine and Dark City coming out on 4K. So be on the lookout for those if you're a physical media collector. With that being said, I do apologize again for not getting back to everybody's comment, not getting through all the comments, but we really have to get going. I apologize about that. Next week is going to be an interesting episode because I'm going to be on location in another state on the other side of the country, visiting my son. So I'm going to be in an undisclosed location. Maybe I'll disclose it. I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to be in a hotel room. But we will be here. Same bat time, same bat channel, doing it up, talking about 28 years later. So go see it, everybody. John, thank you, sir. Have yourself a good night. It's been fun.
Thank you. You
always.
too. Thanks, everybody.
And, everybody, have yourselves a good night. We're going to end. We did a new revised Horror Movie Monday intro. So enjoy this as we say good evening. John, go get yourself something to eat. I'll see you back here in a few minutes. Well, message me your link and stuff. Everybody, have yourselves a good night. We love you. Take care of yourselves.
Bye.
And again,
Thanks,
like everybody that all the names scrolling down below there, thank you all for your channel support over the years. It really means a lot.
And hit that like button.
Oh yeah, thank you. See you guys.
It's Horror Movie Monday, you already know. Chills in the air, and the tension's low. OGP steps up, setting the tone. Always in charge, yeah, sitting on the throne. Sean Ward steps in with a confident stare. Nipples getting hard from the icy glare. Bowser's in the back, creeping through the dark. Lurking in the silence like a phantom arc. It's Horror Movie Monday, lights down low. Screens on the screen, let the madness flow. We laugh, we jump, we scream, we play. Every week it's thrilling in a twisted way.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Fuck you!